Hare Krishna. So here's a very nice question. Someone asking, what are the differences or similarities between us, the jivatmas, the devatas, the demigods, bhagavan, who is he, what is Shiva, Vishnu, Krishna, Shakti? Because in Sanatan Dharma or Hinduism, it seems so complicated. There are a lot of people involved. So who is who and what is what? So let's try to explain this in a simple manner. So first we see in the Sanatan Dharma or the Hinduism tradition, there are a lot of personalities involved. Why is it so? So our Shastras explain that Supreme Lord God is only one. God can be only one. But that Supreme Lord, now to run or to facilitate or to maintain not the spiritual world but the material world. So there is two parts. The whole creation is divided into two, material and spiritual. Material world is where everyone is loving God and serving God, and the spiritual world is where everyone is loving God and serving God, and the material world is where people are against God. So in the spiritual world, Lord is directly involved. Everyone is happy to see God. But in the material world, God is involved, but indirectly through his various energies, because people don't like to see God. They've turned away. So for that purpose, the Lord has his via mediums. He has his agents to function this material world. And they are called in various names. The demigods, devatas, empowered beings, so on and so forth. They help or they facilitate. Just like a prime minister is there, who's like Supreme Lord. And there are many ministers who take care of different specific departments. Under each minister, there's also different politicians or executives who execute certain things. So like that, this is how creation is created. And the reason I mentioned, because the people, all of us who are in the material world, we do not want or we do not like to see that God is having a direct hand in my life. Because that's why we are here. We don't want to serve and please him. So now let us go through a little series of the different personalities. We'll start from the lowest, which is us, the jiva, the spirit soul. So the spirit soul is one category. They are called jiva tattva. And if we have to count some qualities, let's say to give a number, right, so we can understand this better, the Jiva Tattva is said to have 50 qualities, right, various different kind, 50 qualities. And the best of all the Jivas is Brahma. Brahma is the head of all the Jivas, and Brahma is also a Jivatma. He has 50 qualities in full. And when Brahma dies, Brahma is a position. And beneath him is all the other devatas, Surya, Vayu, Chandra, and all these people are taking care of different departments, right? All the different, what we, in English, it's called as demigods. They are supreme administrators who take care of different parts of this material creation. So all of this are jivatmas, are jivas like us only, but they have different positions. Now the jiva can take on 8.4 million different species of life. We can become from the worst of a worm to the best of the best into a demigod, into a devata. But all this is on a different time frame and depends on qualification, how pure the jiva is. So the most pure jiva in this material creation is Brahma, and therefore he gets the most powerful position. A little lesser pure are the devatas, right? Because they are so submissive to the Lord, but they still have some selfishness of enjoying tendency. And then there are us who are born now in this world, right? Fortunate we have this human body. There are those who are having animal body, even worse, plant body, right? So like this, the jiva is one position. So who are the devatas? Who are the demigods? They are empowered living beings who love or want to serve God, but at the same time have a little desire for my own personal sense gratification. I like the power. I like to control. I want to have a position. So Lord facilitates, okay, you can become a administrator in the material world. Go ahead, right? So this is one category. This is known as Jiva Tattva. How many qualities they have? 50 at max. Now let's go one step higher. After the Jiva Tattva position, which includes all of us, 8.4 million species, demigods, and everything, higher than that is known as the Shambhu Tattva or Shiva Tattva. Here is Lord Shiva and all his expansions. Shastras mention that he has 11 main expansions, Ekadasha Rudra Rupani. So here is the Shiva Tattva or Shambhu Tattva, where he has 55 qualities. Okay. So here it's mentioned that this Shiva Tattva, no Jiva can become a Shiva, or no Jiva can actually take any of the position of Shiva. This is a special category. Shiva Tattva is as good as the Supreme Lord, but in a different sense. So no one can replace this position. Shiva Tattva is a league on its own. And this Lord Shiva having 55 qualities, right? Again, Jiva only has maximum 50. The Shambhu Tattva has 55 qualities. They are all expansions of Lord Shiva. It's a separate quality itself, separate category itself. The understanding how he is as good as the Supreme Lord, but a little different in the sense, is given in this analogy by Brahma in Brahma Samhita of milk and curd. Milk and curd are both very similar. They're milk products. But then again, milk and curd is different. Milk can become curd, but curd cannot become milk. So similarly, Supreme Lord is like milk and he can transform. The transformation of milk is in curd. So Lord Shiva, the Shiva Tattva, Shambhu Tattva, is a very special league, right? He is like the curd. He's a transformation of the Supreme Lord for a specific purpose, right? Which is to oversee this material world. Lord Shiva is known as Bhava. He's the father of everyone in this material world because his wife is Bhavani, who's the mother of everyone in this material world. So Lord Shiva has this special position of being greater than any of the devatas. Therefore, he is called as Mahadev. Mahadev meaning he's greater than any of the demigods or devatas. He's in a special position, as good as the Supreme Lord, but always in touch in this material world. Now going higher after 55 qualities of this second level Shambhu Tattva, first we had Jiva Tattva, then now Shambhu Tattva. Going even higher, we have this Vishnu Tattva. Vishnu Tattvas are all the manifestations of Vishnu, the Dashavatars, Lord Rama, all the forms of Vishnu. Here they have 60 qualities. 60 qualities in full. So 50 qualities Jiva, 55 qualities Shambhu Tattva, 60 qualities Vishnu Tattva. Now, this Vishnu Tattva is Lord Vishnu, who is in all his glory as a king of Vaikunta. He holds the Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, all his weapons, and he's in full royal regale, as they say. This Vishnu's work is to maintain this material world by appearing in many avatars to uplift the people, to get them back to God consciousness, to give his mercy. And he's observing everything, but he's not affected or not overcome by this. His energy is Maya, his shadow is Maya Devi, right? Who becomes Parvati or Bhavani, who takes care of this material world. So this is Lord Vishnu, who has 60 qualities. It is said that um, Lord Vishnu has many Lakshmis serving him. But if you take another form of Vishnu, which is Rama, right? Rama has a little higher position than Vishnu in the sense that he is known as Maryada Purushottam. He has a little more rasa. So we are speaking about tattva, the principle of tattva where Ram and Vishnu are equal. But when you talk about rasa, then of course Rama has more rasa because Rama has parental love, he has friendship, he has loving wife like that. So these are the different relationship that Rama has. He's known as Maryada Purushottam. So he also has 60 qualities, a little higher in rasa, but similar in tattva. Now, this is the third category. Jiva Tattva, 50 qualities. Shambhu Tattva, 55 qualities. Vishnu Tattva, 60 qualities. Higher than that is Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. He is known as Bhagavan. So he is mentioned to have 64 qualities. This is complete. Now, of course, we have to understand we are giving these qualities does not mean that God only has 64, right? God has unlimited qualities, but we have to count for understanding. So we're always calculative, isn't it? So they say that 64 is the cap, then you work it down. So, like that, Lord Krishna has 64 qualities. So he is known as Asama Urdhva. No one equal to him, no one better than him. Asama na Urdhva. No one better than him, no one equal to him. This Krishna is enjoying Golok Vrindavan with all his friends, with all his girlfriends, with all his parents and gopis, gopas, and his cows. And he's just experiencing different rasas. And to experience the different rasas, he appears in different places like Mathura, in Dwarka. So these are the kind of different aspects that he experiences. Now, one may ask, what are the four extra qualities that Krishna has, which even Vishnu or Rama does not have? They are mentioned to be these four things. One is Venu Madhuri, the beautiful flute playing of Lord Krishna. Two is Leela Madhuri, so many exciting, different, beautiful, in heart endearing pastimes. Third is Prema Madhuri, the kind of closeness and relationships he has with his gopas and gopis, where his Krishna is even willing to eat from the plate of his friends, eat from the mouth of his friends, joking. So beautiful, prema. And Rupa Madhuri, just the form of Krishna being such a beautiful Gopa, such a beautiful boy in Vrindavan itself is so attractive. So these are the four extra qualities that Krishna has: Venu Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, Prema Madhuri, and Rupa Madhuri. So then he's explained that God at home is Krishna and God at work is like Vishnu. So Krishna is always enjoying. He's like God at home, right? He's just relaxed and enjoying, and he doesn't have to deal or defeat or fight, nothing. But again, he appears as Vishnu now, putting on uniform and Kirita Kundalam, and when he goes and manages, right, appears in his many avatars. That's like God at work. So this is the a very important understanding. If one wants to know what is Bhagavan, Bhagavan can only be one. Devata can be many because they are empowered souls who are meant to do the administration, right? And now question comes, what are the Shakti Tattvas? They are all different at different levels, different categories of Jiva, different categories of Shiva, different categories of Vishnu and Krishna. They are all the corresponding Shaktis, which are the energies of the Lord, who assist this Supreme Personality, and they are also expanded in the same manner. Krishna means you'll have Srimati Radharani, who expands as the Gopis, who expands as the Dwarka Ranis, who expands as the Lakshmis. For Vishnu, who expands as Bhavani, or the Durgas, the potency. There's also Ekadasha Rudrani Rupam. And then who expands as all the other qualities and everything that we find in this material world. So understanding this whole description, one thing only should come in our mind, that whatever, whoever, wherever anyone is, respect is always important. Srila Prabhupada tells us that a Vaishnava respects even an ant. Therefore, we respect everyone. And seeing this whole list, we are the rock bottom, being the Jiva Tattva. So the devatas are greater than us, Brahma is greater than us, Shiva is greater than us, Vishnu is greater than us, Krishna is greater than us. So we should very be respectful to everyone and learn to love and serve the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna.